Hey mate, how you doing?
Good.
Well, this is going to be fun. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Welcome to TRL's Route to NEC Challenge. You and 3 other members of our team will each travel to the NEC using different modes of transport, testing how the UK's transport networks perform in practice. We will time you to see how long your journey takes. Okay. Along the way, we want to complete these series of challenges to gain points. So my first one is TRL colleagues invented the zebra crossing. Grab a video walking across one.
And then TRL has just launched Scoot 8 AI, the world's first AI-powered predictive urban traffic control solution. That's a mouthful. Take a picture of a traffic light.
Number 3, TRL believes that the UK should roll out graduated driver licensing. Oh, you know about that.
I do know about that.
Grab a photo of a learner driver.
Oh, and then one for you. TRL has created a report for the Department for Transport to provide evidence to inform future e-scooter regulations in the UK. Take a photo of someone riding an e-scooter. Okay, great. Have a great journey. Well, that'll be fun.
All right, good luck.
Yeah, you too.
So I'm starting my journey to the NEC here in Wells in Somerset. I'm shortly going to walk down to the bus station to catch the 375 or possibly the 376 Mendip Explorer bus to Bristol bus station. There I'm going to change to get on a National Express coach to Birmingham bus station. I'll then need to walk through Birmingham to get to New Street, and then I'll get the train to the NEC from there.
For reasons that for the moment have escaped me, I've agreed to canoe from my home in Shrewsbury to the NEC to get there in time for Highways UK. And there's a canal network that goes from Shrewsbury up to Norbury Junction and then down through Wolverhampton and Birmingham and eventually ends up at the NEC, or kind of close to the NEC. We come here to Norbury Junction, which was the closest point that we could get into the water, and we'll set off down heading towards Wolverhampton. Wish me luck, eh?
Okay, we are here in Oxford and I'm just about to start the actual cycling. It's been quite a lot of admin today, so this is it. We're just getting on the road now. We're about 10 miles in. This is going more slowly than I'd hoped, but we're moving very fast now with some of these fast roads. It's a struggle, but then we have autumn and we have fields and we have almost no traffic here, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm glad I did this. See you at the next stop.
So I've arrived in Bristol, just outside the bus station. The journey took about an hour and a quarter, so it's a bit slow but not too bad. Very picturesque coming over the Mendips. It cost about £3 because the cap's still on, so that's a bargain. I'm just going to head into Bristol now to see if I can find some of my challenges.
One of our challenges was to take a picture inside a canal tunnel. So here you go, here's the canal tunnel. So we've been going a few hours now, very close to Wolverhampton. We've come to the M54, which is just ahead. Under this canal bridge that we're about to pass under, there's some rather beautiful graffiti art on both sides, so we'll go and have a look at that. We've just come alongside to wait for another canal boat. I'm going towards us. Busy today.
Okay, what we have here is a zebra crossing. Look at that. So this is me crossing the zebra crossing. Oh wow, exciting times. There are surprisingly not very many of these around, so for good measure I'll cross it twice. I'm well over halfway now. We're right in the country here and it's getting dim, so I feel like I'm not going to make my 50 miles, but we'll see how far we get. We've got 22 to go, so see ya.
There she is. Oh, look at her. That is smaller than I expected.
So I've arrived in Birmingham. The journey was very smooth, very comfortable. I had a little nap. It was due to take 2 hours, 10 minutes, I think, but we actually arrived 15 minutes early, so that's a bit of a bonus. The advance ticket was £5.60, I think, so another brilliant bargain. I'm off now to walk through to New Street, where I'll change modes to train for the final bit to the NEC. At New Street now, just about to get on my final train to Birmingham International. The price for this ticket was £4.80, I think, so by far the least good value of the trip. Nearly there.
Today we've been going through Birmingham. We're now on the outskirts of Birmingham in Solihull. So we've got the last few miles to go. We'll get as close as we can on the canal, and then we'll have to make our way for the last few miles over to the NEC. The graffiti art around. Nobody watching this is going to critique my paddling technique. So this is leafy Solihull. We're only about 5 miles from the centre of Birmingham, but you'd be forgiven for thinking you were in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't seem that bothered by me being here, really. So I've made it down as far as Catherine de Barnes, about as close to the NEC as you can get on the canal. The support team have come out to meet me, so we will get the canoe out of the water and we'll have to do the last 3 or 4 miles on the roof of the car.
Okay, here we are, starting on our second day, and today's journey much shorter and much more sensible. About halfway on day 2, and this is HS2.
Successfully arrived at the NEC. The journey was pretty seamless actually, comfortable, not too bad at all. It was pretty quick, took about 3.5 hours total I think, which isn't bad from Somerset, and very cheap. Now I'm going to go and find the conference. Oh yeah. How's your time in the car?
It's quite cool, isn't it? It's good.
So we made it, guys. We did make it. How was your journey, George? First part, it was just fine. It was a hired EV, an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. Second part, obviously picked up the Microlino. It's almost like halfway between a car and a motorcycle. Yeah. And actually, I think you can drive it with either license. It's actually smaller than a Mini.
So did you have to switch to non-motorway roads?
Yeah. Most of it was country lanes actually, which was fine.
Yeah. My first leg was cycle to station, train from Wokingham up to Oxford, which was late, of course. Electric bike from Oxford to Warwick, overnight stay in Warwick, and then electric bike from Warwick to here. But looking back on yesterday, I think it was too long. There was maybe a little bit too much messing around in Wokingham.
How many miles of cycling was it?
So it was 55 yesterday, 15 today.
Okay.
So I was starting in Wells and Somerset. Everything worked as planned. The only issue with the journey was my expectation of it, because I left way longer than there was needed.
Fair enough.
Because I assumed that something would go wrong, but no, it was all fine.
So I set off from Shrewsbury, and the plan was to go canal basically all the way to the NEC, or as close to the NEC as it's possible to get. So first day was Norbury Junction down to Wolverhampton, and the second day was Wolverhampton through centre of Birmingham. It's probably 16 hours or something like that. Not sure I'd recommend it as a form of transport to get it. Would have been quicker on the train. So I've got a 16-foot wooden canoe. More or less its first outing.
Is that physically quite tiring?
Yeah, paddling. And it's all upper body, so your legs aren't really doing anything apart from keeping you stable. So it's all like shoulders and back, surprisingly. So I reckon I had the hardest journey here. Certainly probably the longest journey in terms of hours spent. I think you're a close second.
I don't know if it's close actually, because electric bike, right? So most of the time I had at least some assistance. I think
16 hours of unassisted howling.
Yeah.
I was reflecting on the Microlino, and I think maybe that is not the target use case, but I could really see it coming into its own in dense urban environments. And that is what it's intended for, to be fair. 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, really comfortable. It's obviously really manoeuvrable. Actually, getting here in the car park was really tight, and so I felt quite smug that I was in such a smooth.
And you could get out the front, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to worry about being boxed in because you get out in and out the front.
Okay. Until somebody parks in front of you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and pretty decent sized boot. So I think if you were trying to get across cities, multiple times a day, it's filling that sort of use case. I guess similar to a cardio bike, obviously without the physical effort needed.
What are the innovations we need in buses, Jill?
I'm not sure it's an innovation as such, but I think we just need to make the buses easier to fit in with the rest of the system, I think. It's quite difficult to link them up. Yeah. And even with the one that I did yesterday, the Birmingham bus station, you have to work from there to New Street, and it's sort of 10-15 minutes. It makes it just those extra steps to a journey that make it more difficult.
A little bit of a barrier.
It's just easier in that case to get the train, I think, to a lot of people. There needs to be a lot more money in buses, in public transport, to make it a decent alternative to cars.
The canals aren't really a means of transport. They started life as a means of transport, but I think they've now become a local amenity. If you tried to take the canals back to how they were when they started, because they were properly industrial when they started, for moving coal and stone and all, any heavy stuff that you needed to move, effectively it was the only way you could do it. 200 years ago. We have got much better ways of doing that. I think if you tried to go back to that now, you would lose all of that amenity that is built up.
You wouldn't necessarily be wanting to take that journey if you were just covered with barges full of coal and steel.
No,
it'd be a lot less pleasant, wouldn't it?
The more heavy traffic there is, the more canal boat traffic there is, actually the harder it is to use using, canoes and all that kind of
I think the infrastructure around the canal is also a real asset here, isn't it? Because the canal path is often great for cycling and walking.
Yeah, that sort of brings me to my main innovation, which is, can we just have better surfaces? I think this is a really interesting crossover where cyclists and car drivers, often painted as different routes, have a very similar problem, which is car drivers moan about potholes all the time. A pothole for a cyclist is a tiny crack in the road, and it makes the whole experience so much more dangerous. You were doing hard push to find traffic light, zebra crossing, learner driver,
e-scooter rider, and
So I got 3.
I saw lots of traffic lights. One private e-scooter rider wasn't able to take a photo because I was driving over slicks.
The great thing about cycling, so much easier to stop. So I managed to stop 3 times easily.
I sort of got 3. I could see traffic lights, some zebra crossings, but couldn't take photos. I got e-scooters because Bristol is covered in the e-scooters. Couldn't find a zebra crossing.
Any traffic lights on the canals, Ianto?
I got a canal tunnel and a lock.
It sounds like you guys drew.
I think it's possibly
I got 2 learners and
you got 2 learners,
me crossing a thing, and the traffic.
So what didn't you get?
The e-scooter.
Well, between us, we did them all.
I think there's a prize for who does best. I'm going to make a case that Ianto gets it because he canoed for 16 hours, and I frankly don't care whether he took photos.
I'm happy to vote for Ianto as well.
Yeah, me too.
Plus, he made his form of transport.
He made his form.
I
mean, literally the future of transport. Oh, that's splendid. Oh, very, very, I feel treasure it.
Nice one.